Okay, well, that was embarrassing. That was that was seriously embarrassing. I hope this is better. Can you hear me now, guys? If anybody's here, so just to let you know, I just tried. I attempted a live stream just a few minutes ago, and it was really weird. Nobody could hear me. So now I have a feeling you can hear me now because I'm seeing the meter, little meter where the microphone is on my screen. And I can see it going da, 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 da. So it seems like it's working. So let's try this again. Oh my God. Okay, Gabby, thank you so much. You know what what I did, I just, if all else fails, you just reboot everything. Just reboot the whole thing. So I just rebooted the entire system. So here we are. Thank you so much. That would have been really weird. I'm just talking the whole time, and especially if like I didn't read any of the notes there, and I'm just talking, and everybody's saying I can't hear you, and I just kept going. So I'm glad I read the notes. I love you all, and I'm glad that you are involved in this. So okay, here we go. Um, oh my God, it's okay. I got to tell you, it's been a really weird tech day for me. Just all these like little crazy things just going weird technologically. So I'm glad that's oh yeah, that's what you meant. I think you said like okay, maybe that's what you meant when you turn it off and turn it on or something. I didn't okay, I thought you meant like the mic, and I've got like different mics here I'm testing and all kinds of craziness. But guess what? Now I'm not even using a mic. I'm just using I didn't want to take a chance. I'm just using the mic on my laptop, on my MacBook. So anyway, Sylvia, you were right. Rebooting did the whole trick. You can hear me now? Sorry, that was a joke. Okay. Okay, so here's what I want to share with you guys. I want your opinion, honest opinion. For the past at least at least the past couple years, at least I've been doing 2 to 3 episodes of my podcast every week. That's a joke. Oh, oh, I didn't even know. Oh, I didn't. Oh, Sunday night suck. I didn't even know that one. Okay, it's for. Oh, see, I don't know. I just okay, so I've been doing 2 podcast episodes every week, Wednesday and Friday. I used to do actually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but the Monday got to be too much. Now, here's what I want to run by you all. I am really considering. It's just sometimes it's just too much. I've got to always come up with material. I feel pressured sometimes to get 2 in per week, and you know where this is going. I'm really thinking about settling down to one really super good episode every week, 1 per week, and it'll probably be on a Wednesday. What do you all think about that? Is everybody expecting 2 a week? Is it something that you like seriously look forward to, or one really good episode per week? And I already recorded the one for this coming Wednesday, and I think it's a really good one. Real, I mean, I put everything into it. I think it's real. I put everything into every episode. That's the problem because sometimes my energy just my energy it's very difficult to maintain the schedule of putting out 2 shows per week. And then I've got the Patreon channel that a lot of people are on, and that's a paid channel, and I got a lot of stuff going there, and it just seems like it's like hitting me from all directions. And I only want to put out good material. I don't want to waste anybody's time and put out an episode just for the sake of putting out an episode. That's not right for anybody. That's not, you don't want to waste your time with that. And up until now, I think everything I publish has been really good because I do work hard at it, and if I recorded a show and I thought it sucked, I wouldn't waste your time with it. I would just scrap it. So let's see, a live question and answer net. Absolutely, Gabby. Absolutely. I would that's one of the reasons I come here and do live, because you guys can ask me anything. So, but do you mean like a more formal question and answer session? Like maybe we could say, for example, maybe we could say twice a month, I will come on and do a live session here, and it's dedicated to answering just any of your questions. Maybe would that work for you? Would that be, and it would be scheduled, so it wouldn't be like, I know these are haphazard. I come on and I say, hey, this was not a scheduled live stream, but I basically was sitting around with nothing to do, and I figured I'd come on and do this because I like hanging out with you guys live. So I'd be very happy to do live Q&A. That would be great. I'd be very happy. Um, but anybody that's here hanging with me, I mean, most podcasters do just one episode a week. That's kind of like the norm. Thanks so much, Gabby. I appreciate that. So we will do that for you. I promise you. And sometimes I will tell you this. Sometimes with my schedule, it's very difficult to say like, okay, I'm just making this up now. I'm just making this up totally. Every Tuesday at 5 p.m., I'm going to be doing a live stream. It's really difficult because I've got so many different things going. It's very hard to commit to a certain date and a certain time only because I might not be home. I might not be in my studio. I might not be at my computer. I might not have something with me. So it's hard to say. I don't want to commit to that, but I would commit to um, one or two live sessions a month where we can schedule those. And I would say that I would come on and answer all questions. That would be great. Let's do that. Let's do that then. Sure. Gabby, thank you for that. I appreciate it. The problem is, when am I going to do the first one? Well, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. And where? Okay, here's another question for you. When I do a live stream in the future, when I do a live stream, especially if I'm going to be doing one that I'm going to be answering all of your questions, where is the best place to get you a notification? Where's the easiest place to get you a notification? Would it be in the Facebook group? Would it be here on YouTube to do a notification there to schedule it, and then it'll come in? I guess it'll come in as a notification to you. Where's the best place? Where are you looking to find out that I'm going to be doing a live stream? Tell me where that would be, and because I really want to make this right for everybody, and I really want to make sure anybody that is interested actually gets to see it. So, by the way, I got to show you something. I entered the world of fountain pens like a week or a week and a half ago. I got a fountain pen. This is unstable. This is too many weird tech things going on today. I don't even know what's happening. It says my connection is unstable. Can you all see me and hear me? I think you can. I think you can. But anyway, I want to show you my fountain pen that I got. I love this thing, and I don't even know if I could go back to a ballpoint pen. It's like a whole different writing experience. I love it. I love it. So, and then I'm going to probably go down some rabbit hole and get like a more expensive one. I don't know. My life is crazy, guys. Okay, let's see. I get it from YouTube right away. Okay, so YouTube sounds like the place to announce it. That's beautiful. YouTube works best. YouTube is great. Okay, that's perfect. So, okay, you answered that question. YouTube it is. I will make announcements on YouTube. We will schedule these. I will answer any questions you want. I'm here for you. Nobody's pissed off at me that we're going to go to one episode per week. That's okay. I mean, nobody's throwing things at me right now. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird. So I've always loved pens, and I've loved ballpoint, like a really, really good ballpoint pen I've loved. But I was in the office supply, like the pen store, the office supply store. It's like a high-end office supply store. It's not, no, they've got like journals and all kinds of stuff. And I was looking at the fountain pen because I haven't had one since like fourth grade probably. And the guy came up to me and said, "So, what do you, can I answer any questions?" I said, "Well, I'm really curious to know how a fountain pen writes." Like, he said, "Well," he let me try a few. Then he said, "Let me tell you, I suggest this entry level is an entry level one. Entry level is still not cheap. It was like 40 some dollars. It's a good brand. What is it? I think it's called, is it LAMA or something like that, or LA, or I can't remember. Maybe it's not even written on this. I'm not sure. But anyway, Lamy, LAMY, Lamy. You see that right there? Lamy. Anyway, he let me write with it. I said, sold, I'm buying this thing. And ever since I have not written with my ballpoint because the feel of this thing is so good. And I just, oh my God. And I'll tell you something else. My handwriting gets better because like you care a little bit more. So I don't know why sharing this about my pen on this live stream. That's not what you came here for, but I'm really, I love this thing. Okay, and let me catch up on some comments here. Um, the YouTube's great for me. The pen definitely matters. Yes. You need to move at your own pace, my friend. Thank you, Sunday night. And I do, I know that. Remember the 4 words, the 4 words I taught you a few episodes ago. Do you remember? Who could put those 4 words in there first in the chat box? The 4 most important words that will, I think, change your life. And while you're doing that, let me catch Gabby. Thank you. And I still love you too. Trust me. Don't burn yourself out once or twice a month. Oh wow, once or twice a month. No, I'm going to do better than that. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, guys. Once a week is no problem for me. Once a week is absolutely no problem. Twice a week starts to become too much pressure. And when it's pressure too, because there's a lot of other things I do. Like I'm trying to maintain the Patreon page. I'm trying to do a lot of work there. Facebook, Instagram. I'm trying to make this thing as good as I can for everybody. So once per week, I can absolutely handle that. That'll be fine. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Especially for those that write cursive a lot. Yeah. Mycology. Look, I just think the writing just looks better. Oh wow! And I'll tell you something. And as you know, some of you know, I'm taking Japanese lessons, and writing the Japanese characters with a fountain pen. It's like almost beautiful. I'm not going to say it's beautiful, but it's like almost beautiful. I just love the feel and the way the ink flows. I just love it. Anyway, I'm a nerd. Okay, that's a given. Okay, let's see. PBS is know you've helped me and many more as well. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me when I hear things like that, because when you're on one end of the microphone talking into it like this and recording with just in front of a laptop and a microphone, you don't really know how many people are going to be affected by a particular episode. You never know. I put everything I have into it. You know that whenever I publish an episode, it's got to be decent. I don't want to put junk out there, but you never really know. But for example, I got a message the other day from somebody that says like he and his wife always listen to me when they're driving around, and I never knew that. He said they've been listening for years, and that just makes me feel good, because again, I'm doing this for you, and I want to help people, because this journey has changed my life. It literally has changed my life. I'm closing in on 4 years of this microdosing journey, and I just recorded an episode. It's going to be coming out Wednesday, about each year, what each year taught me, and how the mushrooms guided me. And I put everything I had into this episode, and I thought it was really good. So you'll see on Wednesday, you'll see what you think. But yeah, I don't know what I was saying. Uh, good evening, all. From BC Capone. Good evening. The dream detective calligraphy means beautiful writing. Is that true? Is that really what the word means? If that does, that's really interesting. I don't know if I'm ever going to write with a ballpoint pen again. I am so weird. My wife probably thinks I'm crazy. I came home like a couple weeks ago on a set I said, look what I just bought. I went out for food. I think I went out for like Whole Foods or something, and came home with a fountain pen. If you haven't noticed yet, I am really, really weird, but I love being weird. Here's the thing, all kidding aside, I think, and this is I'm going to reveal one of my secrets to you. It's not a microdosing secret. That'll come on Wednesday, in Wednesday's episode. I think you're really going to like it. But one of my secrets is that the way I live my life is very different than most people, I would say. I'm not afraid to be weird. My friends know it. You probably know it on some level. I'm not afraid to be different. I'm not afraid to be weird. I'm not afraid to go against like the rules that everybody like. Okay, can I say it? You give me permission, right? Any kids in the room? Okay, what I'm going to say is, if kids are in the room, get rid of them right now. fuck the rules. The rules they're boring. And who needs to play by the rules when it comes to like your life and society and what people expect of you? Who cares? I think one of the reasons my life has gone so well is because I don't really care about any of that stuff. And I make my own rules and I don't care what people think. I mean, I'm still, that doesn't mean I'm not kind. It doesn't mean I'm like, I do weird stuff to people to hurt them. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But for me, um, being funny, being sometimes, I will say it, sometimes being a little bit immature. Like I'm going on 70. I'm going to be 70 in May. Hold the birthday gifts. We don't need. Don't send it. No, but my address is. I'm going to be 70. But I'll tell you something. I feel like I'm 35 or 40 because I don't care about the age. I don't care about what people expect of me. I'm living my life. It doesn't matter. And that's one of my. It's. I mean, that's truly one of my secrets. Be weird. Be a little. I don't know, like not normal. A little immature is good. Who says we have to act like mature adults all the time? I don't. I don't have to. I don't want to. When I need to, I can. But these days I choose not to. Let me see. Did anybody get my question right? Let me just go back. I said there are 4 words I taught you in a recent episode, 4 words that will change your life. Let me see if anybody got it. Hi there, Dr. Dave. I appreciate that. Wolchich. I'm sure I botched your pronoun. I'm so sorry. I have to do my best, but I didn't take micro for years, and I'm thinking to go back. I'm kind of afraid because now I'm a completely different person. Before I had depression and anxiety. Do you have? Well, no. The microdose is only going to make you better. It's not going to make you revert. It will. There is no way it's going to make you revert to the way you were. There's zero chance of that. So don't worry about that. You can do a little test microdose, but I promise you, it's not going to make you go back to your previous life. You're rewired. I think it would help perhaps not going by how many days you should live stream, but by how many minutes. For example, if your goal was 40 minutes per week, you could do 220. I love that, Stephen. Thank you. Perfect. Very true. Very true. So good advice there. Hello, by the way. Hello. Start again. And which should I take? Last time I took Golden Teacher is always a good one. You can't go wrong with Golden Teacher. But the ones I use these days, a lot of them are like blends or hybrid, not hybrid, a blend. Like the grower that I you get my medicine from, they combine like several different strains, and it just works out really well. And I just trust them, and they know what they're doing, and I just consume, and it's been great. If you're on, this is not a push for Patreon. You don't have to do it, but if you're on my Patreon channel, I've got a little column there that is our trusted providers, trusted sources, trusted sources, and I've got a couple. We might go to 3, but right now I've got 2 that I know personally. I trust them. The product is good, and no, I have no financial connection in any way, no financial or business connection. I'm the same as you. I just order from them because I know they're good. That's all, and I put it all in the Patreon. That's the only place I do it, because it is a paid channel, and so it vets people a little differently. Just I don't have like the whole universe going on there, so it's a little bit of a barrier. So that's why I do it there. And I will say this, in 2025, so far in January, that we are doing some great stuff there. Again, no pressure. You don't have to do it at all, but we do have some great stuff on Patreon. Good day. Yes. Kalos Beauty. Oh, the very common. Oh, very interesting. See, I learned something new. Calligraphy means beautiful writing. I love that. It's going to make my penmanship a little bit better, just knowing that. Personally, Dave, I'm just really appreciative that you've created this little community and speak candidly about psilocybin. I'm grateful that you created or one of the voices in this space. Thank you so much, Sunday night. Again, think comments like that. It's the simple things in life that really, somebody sends me like a large bag of money. Okay, that's nice, but I don't want it or need it necessarily. But a compliment like that means $1 million to me. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I continue to serve you for sure. Um, let me see. Where do we go? Where do we go? Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I didn't lose anybody. Oh, Gabby reminds me of grade school when we were so excited about our new school supplies. I know. Okay, can I tell you a real funny quick story about that? Okay, it's a little bit off topic, but it's a live stream. Anything goes, right? And I'll show you how weird I am. So last week, I went to court because I got a speeding ticket right near my home, and it's a long story. I really generally try to stick to the speed limit, but sometimes we just lose perception, and I got a speeding ticket. So I went in, and and basically I had to pay the fine, and I have to take a driving class, a 2 hour driving class. It's coming up in like in a few weeks, I think, a 2 hour driving class. So as I was signing up for the class, the woman behind the counter she was so nice, and she was asking me what day I wanted and all this. And with a very straight face, I looked at her. I said, I haven't really been in school in a long time. Do I need to like bring like paste and scissors and paper, like school supplies? And she looked at me and she said, no, you don't have to bring any of that. Okay, I'm weird. I just things like that. I think they keep you young. That's all. I like connecting with people like that, and just not giving them a hard time, but just making some kind of weird joke or comment that sometimes they think it comes out of left field, and it's okay. Anyway, that was I digress. Sylvia says yes. Well, remind me what the question was. Yes. I don't remember what question I asked. Okay. Let's see. Sunday night retracted a message. That's okay. Thank you for your reply, Doc. Dave, one more question. What do you think about taking antidepressants? Esca- Escitalopram, that's Lexapro, well, I'm glad you asked about Lexapro or escitalopram. I'm glad you asked. And by the way, my first mycology got it right. I'll get back to you in a second, Waltish, but my first mycology, I am in control because I taught you this a few episodes ago. I learned it. It came to me when I was sitting at a musical event. It just came to me. And I've used it several times since then when I was in a weird situation, especially remember my personal trainer, you know about that one. I shared that whole thing with you. And I said to myself, I'm not letting anybody else take advantage of me or control me or tell me what to do. I am in control. I'm the one in control. So thanks for that. I appreciate you got it right. My first mycology. You are an A student at Microdose U. But getting back to Walchich, Walchich, and I'm sorry if I'm totally mispronouncing. I'm so sorry. If you want to write it out phonetically for me so I can pronounce it properly. But yes, I was on Lexapro, which is escitalopram. I was on Lexapro when I first started my microdosing journey, and almost immediately I started feeling better. But I took about, and I think I mentioned this in the upcoming podcast episode that's coming up on Wednesday. I took about 8 months before I began to wean off. Don't wean off quickly. There's no reason to, and it can only hurt. So I wanted to make sure everything was going smoothly. I took about 8 months until I started to wean off. And as I weaned off of it, it's been a long time, but I probably took a good month or month and a half to wean off of the Lexapro, and never turned back, never felt I needed it again. I think that's the proper way to do it. Too many people will try. They think that, oh, the microdosing is definitely going to work right away, so I'm just going to get off my SSRI. That's a mistake. And also, it's a mistake that once you start microdosing, it's a mistake to just say, okay, I started microdosing yesterday, I'm going to stop my SSRI. That's a big mistake. So please, the way I did it, I really think works well. Give it a lot of time. I gave it 8 months. You can give it 6 months, 8 months, and then wean off slowly, slowly. Don't just stop cold turkey. That's very bad. Let's see. Anyone doing carnivore diet? Yes. Well, I'm doing carnivore these days, but Stammet Stack, no. I am. I do. I do. I don't do the niacin part. I do the microdosing along with lion's mane. I take a lot of supplements every single day, and lion's mane is one of them. But I don't stack with. I don't do the niacin, but I do. But I do a vitamin B complex, so that's got niacin in it. So Loosely, yes, but I'm not going for the flush. Um, let's see, work in politics network. Yeah, you remember that one, right? I mean, that was just the thing with my trainer was just absolutely demeaning, unprofessional, the craziest thing ever. And I'll tell you something else. It was all built on assumptions. That was so. And I'll tell you something. In my life, whenever I've gotten into a bad situation, I went through a really tough divorce back in 2001. Um, Crazy things like that. I always think that, man, that's the end. I mean, life's going to be horrible. But every single time without fail, when I've got myself through a tough situation, on the other side, it's always been better 100% of the time. So that's why I'm in control. I got rid of the trainer and I joined I joined Orange Theory a couple months ago, and I tell you something, I am loving it. I just did a workout today. It's a HIIT workout, a high intensity interval training. It's perfect for me. So I think she did me a favor, actually. So, um, trainer, if you're listening, which I know you're not, I love you, but she's not listening. There's zero chance. Okay. What do we have? Nice and safe with carnivore diet. I don't know the answer to that. Is nice. If anybody else knows, help us out here. I just don't know the answer. Is nice and safe with a carnivore diet. I'm sorry. I'd love to look into that too. Um, my last speeding ticket, I was doing 48 in a 40. God, usually they wouldn't even pick you up for that. But when the officer gave me the ticket, he wrote the wrong road on the ticket, which happened to be 50. That is a great story. That's a really cool story. The wrong he might have been dosing. That's a weird story. He wrote the wrong road. Wow. Recently started on lion's mane mushroom supplement. How long have you been taking yours? Yes, so I've been using lion's mane for probably, I don't know, maybe 3 years, something like that. Not at the beginning of my microdosing journey, but shortly after. So 3.5 years. Do I notice anything different? Do I notice any results? It's a really tough question because you don't just take lion's mane and then all of a sudden, you can say the square root of x equals y over, you don't start like reciting quadratic formulas and the Krebs cycle and all these esoteric things. No, it's not like that. But if I could comment on that, it's a great question, and had a lot of people that have asked me this question about lion's mane. I feel really sharp. I feel like I'm not losing memory. I feel like I don't have any cognitive issues. Whenever I have my yearly physical at my doctor's office, my cognitive ability my cognitive function is always like top of the chart. Um, so I think what the lion's mane might be doing is making it so, like I said, I'm not like a spring chicken. I'm not super young, but I think some people my age or even older start to lose cognitive function. And I don't think I've lost any as far as I know. I think I'm doing better on the cognitive tests that my doctor gives me every year than I did probably 3 or 4 years ago. I really do think that. So that's the best I can answer. There's just no way to really tell. Again, you're not going to take lion's mane and wake up the next morning and say, like, oh, I feel like a genius. It's not like that. But I think slowing down or preventing cognitive decline is what I'm going for, and I think it is working. Would you ever grow your own medicine? There are some great, I'll tell you, a lot of people have asked me that. I don't really have any desire to do that right now. Um, I'm in Utah. Not that I think there'd be a big chance of anything happening, but you know, I just like to keep things really simple, and my sources are so good and predictable, and I just basically keep very little around. If anybody like came into my home, there wouldn't really be anything to speak of. So I like to kind of keep it that way. There's some things I might ultimately talk about one day about being safe in that regard. I don't want to do it on this video. I got to be very careful about that because I don't want to give away too much, because if the wrong people are listening or watching, then I'm in trouble. But let's just say I'm really, really, really careful. I kind of have it down to like a science, and um, I would not be a target for anybody to come uh, bust into my house for anything, because there wouldn't really be anything, so to speak. There would so imagine if I had a big grow room, though, that would be a whole different story. I'm just a little bit, especially since I put myself out there. If I were just somebody not in not in the public eye, but just like somebody that was just growing their own, and they never really talked about it to anybody, that'd be a different story. But you got to remember, I've got a podcast. A lot of people around know who I am and know what I do. So I just got to be super, super careful with that. And I am. Like I said, if anybody came in, there's like basically nothing going on. They'd be very disappointed. So let's see. I was shocked too when I jumped for joy. So wait a minute, but that might be a few. I was shocked and I jumped for joy. Which one was that about? Oh, that was about the speeding ticket. That's really a funny story. That's a great story. Um, let's see. Have you watched Paul Stamets on Joe Rogan? Well, I've seen Paul Stamets live. Actually, I've seen him. He spoke here. He came here to Salt Lake City like about a year ago. Great guy. He was just wonderful. But let me see what you have. I seen him on Joe Rogan. His mix seems to be good fungi. Perfecti is his internet site. He says the perfect mix is lion's mane, niacin, and micro. You're right, right. That's the Stamets stack. That's exactly right. I just didn't. I have not included the niacin. I just haven't done that. Right or wrong, I just haven't done it. Lion's mane is a supplement that takes time to feel the effects, perhaps so gradual that yes, it's very gradual. And I know that I just feel sharp about like when I'm talking to friends or family members and we're like talking about things from the past and recalling things, and I feel like my mind is very sharp. Is it the lion's mane? Definitely. That's the thing. You can't say. We don't know. We just don't know. But I believe in it. I continue. You saw the video or the episode I did a short time ago about all of the supplements I take every single day. Did you see that? Because I take a lot and I've researched them all and they all have a purpose. But there was a time that I didn't believe in supplements or vitamins or anything like that. I was told that, oh, that just makes your urine very expensive. But no, I think there's a lot to be said for certain supplements, including lion's mane. But I've got a whole handful that I take every day that I do believe in a lot. And if you're not sure, go back and take a look at that episode, because I think I shared every single one of them with you guys. Gabby. I've only been. So, I hope that's okay with you if I repeat your name a lot, because I like the Gabby girl. I like that. I've only been microdosing a few weeks. Can it be gradually working with? Yes, it can be gradually working. However, I recommend that your dose is enough that we used to say it's totally subperceptual. You shouldn't feel anything at all. I don't agree with that anymore. You should feel a little different in a good way, not stoned, not high, not tripping, not psychedelic, but you should feel it's hard to explain, it's hard to describe, but you just feel like better, if that makes any sense at all. So yes, it is gradual. It's very likely working, but if you're not sure, up your dose a little bit. What are you taking, Gabby? How many milligrams per day? Let's see, it's like watching the sun move, but you don't notice the sun is moving. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. That's I like that analogy there. I've tried to watch the sun move, and it takes a while. But it's funny. But when you're not looking at it, time goes fast. Mushrooms are adaptogens. They are fixers. Yes, like wrenches, tightening up. That's a great way to put it for mycology. I love that. They are fixers. I always say they're teachers. And if you see this episode, see or listen to the episode that's coming out Wednesday, you'll see what I mean. They are absolute teachers. They've guided me in certain directions that I never would have been guided into without the mushrooms, for sure. I don't think there's much of a physical benefit of lion's mane in a personal experience, but as we can all agree, it's surely helping our. Yes, agree with that. It's the main reason I take it is for cognitive function. So that's exactly right. What else? What else do we have here? You guys have been. I love the energy today, man. You got. I mean, and you all know that. Maybe some of you don't know. I first tried to come on live, and everybody was saying they couldn't hear me, so I had to like abort that one, reboot the whole system here. Thanks to Sylvia, she told me to just reboot everything, reboot my life. That basically that's what it does. If in doubt, reboot your whole life. 200 milligrams. Oh, 200 milligrams of PE is okay. So that's yeah, that's a decent microdose. So is that what you're generally taking 200 milligrams of PE? Because that's a good one. So if and I will almost promise you that it's working. I mean, do you feel it's working? Do you feel a little better? Because yeah, you feel a bit yeah, and that's woozy. You probably don't want to get to the point you feel woozy, but if you do and you can handle it, that's better. That's good. But even if you back down a tiny bit, but as long as you can feel a difference, as long you should be able to feel a change. In the old days when I first started the podcast and first started microdosing, we used to say, "Oh, you shouldn't feel anything at all," but I don't think that's true. You should feel a little something for sure. Cool, cool, cool. Guys, maybe like to help with motivation. I like it to help with it should help with motivation. But Gabby, you say you're only like 2 weeks into it. I think that's what I read. I think that's what you said, 2 weeks into it. You're doing great. And 2 weeks is a very, very short time. So give it time to work its magic, and they are teachers, and they absolutely should help you with motivation. 100%. They really should. And also, if I can add in, again, I've talked about this a lot to you guys, but get yourself a journal and just and maybe now a fountain pen, but just write your thoughts down, write down things, and people say, well, what do you write? My answer is anything. Just write your thoughts, and it could be anything. It could even be, I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying like I need to pick up mayonnaise at the grocery store today. There's nothing wrong with that. Just write. Right, things will flow out of your brain. I think it's a really, really powerful thing. Guys, you have been fantastic. I'll let you go. I really appreciate it. Just think if I had announced a live stream, we'd have more. But I like the little intimate group here. It's great. I get to answer. If there are too many questions scrolling, I don't get to answer or read every single thing. So I like the intimacy here. Um, we'll do this again really soon because I just enjoy helping everybody. I really do. I love. I think I've told you this, but at the end of my episodes, I always say like, "I love you," and people say, "Oh, that's just sounds weird. That's too contrived. You doesn't mean it." But I really do mean it. Of course, maybe I haven't met you in person. However, on a day like today, for example, I feel your energy on the other end. No, we can't see well, you can see me, but I can't see you. But I can feel your energy, and it's really, really positive. And I think the mushrooms have a lot to do with that. Like if we were on a channel doing something about, I don't know, tech or something like that, there'd probably be people that are saying weird things and that all the time on social media. People, they're behind a keyboard and can say anything they want because they'll never be found. But you got the energy here is just so good, and I really appreciate it. And I hope I help you in some way. Um, I have a 90-day supply. Perfect. And again, remember, I don't know if I don't know what you have, whether it's capsules or chocolate, but you can always add more or take away a little bit, depending on, capsules are a little bit more difficult, but you could do anything you want. So just remember that. Um, Yes, Sunday. We are all totally connected, friends, and we feel the energy here. And one more thing I'm going to leave you with. One more thing before I go. I announced a few weeks ago. I announced that when I go to see Dead and Company in Las Vegas at the Sphere, I wanted to have. I was thinking about having like a little meetup one of the nights, like probably if we did it, probably in April. But then I started thinking, and I'm not saying yes or no about this. I'm really not. But hear me out. Then I started thinking, like, okay, let's just make up a number. Totally make up a number. Let's say 10 people showed up. We had a little meetup. Maybe we had some dinner or some hors d'oeuvres or something together. We just kind of hung out for a little while. Then went to see the Dead and Company show at the Sphere, which, by the way, is absolutely just unbelievably amazing. But then I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, God, I'm not as extroverted as people think I am. I'm gonna have to be on the whole time, and I'm gonna have to be like, it takes a lot of energy." And I'm thinking, like, I don't know, is this something I really want to do? It's not that I don't want to connect, but it's like, if I commit to that, I'm on, and people are looking to me to like run the show, and I don't know whether I just don't know. So that's my thinking now. Digest that. Let me know what you think about that. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to have an official meetup or not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But because again, it takes a lot of energy for me, because when I do something, I want to do it right, and I can't just meet up with, and I'm just making the number up, 10 people that came to a certain location to hang out with all of us. I can't just lay back and say, like, okay, well, we're here. Good luck. I mean, no, if I do it, it's like I have to do it right, and it zaps a lot of energy. So anyway, I'm not sure. We'll see. It's possible, but we're not sure. We'll see. Okay. Love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate you taking 41 minutes and 8 seconds out of your time today to hang with me. We will definitely talk soon, and I promise you, I'll schedule those Q&As that I promised, and we'll just do it all. Okay, see you later. Love you guys.